Welcome. Today we will discuss very difficult chapter, that is modals. If you ask anyone, if you read different books for the reference, you will get confused. If you ask the question to any teacher, he will get confused. That means sometimes you are thinking that modals make us confused. But no need to worry. Watch this video from top to bottom, then you will get the ideas how to handle the modals. Before going to modals, we should know what is modals. We should know first. That means if we see the verb pattern, doing what pattern, we can categorize it like verb is categorized into two parts. Number one is auxiliary verb, then number two is main verb. Please remember, verb is divided into two parts. Number one auxiliary verb, number two main verb. Then auxiliary verb is divided into again two parts. Auxiliary verb is divided into two parts. What is that? Now one is primary verb, number two is modals. Okay, that means from the auxiliary verb we are getting the primary verb and the modals. Primary verb means you know is, am, are, was, were, will be, shall be. Okay, you can say has, have, had, isn't it? These are the be verb or have verb. But as our topic is modals, that means auxiliary verb is divided into two parts, primary and modals. Today we will discuss about the modals. In the modals, what happens? Modals are divided. Modals is divided into two parts. Number what? Number one is paired one. Number two is single one. Okay, come to the modal. Modal is divided into two parts. Number one is paired form. Number two is single form. Okay, what are the paired form? You should listen. We should remember what are the modal. First we will go to the paired form. Paired form means shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might. These are paired. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 numbers are there, but in 4 pairs. Clear? That means 4 pairs. Then come to single modals. Single modals what? Single modal is also divided into two parts. All are single. A single. But it is divided into two parts. What are they? Now they are, number one is pure modal, number two is semi-pure, semi-modals. Single modal is divided into two parts. Number one is pure, number two is semi. Please remember, in the pure, only two are there, must and ought to. Clear? These are the pure single modals. But in semi, please remember, semi, need, dare, used to. 3. 1, 2, 3. Here 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 8. 8 plus 5 equal to 13 numbers of modals are there. How many numbers of modals are there? There are 13 numbers of modal. Out of 13, paired is 4 paired, that means 8. Shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, 8. Then single, you will find 5. In single, pure is 2. Please remember, must and ought to. Don't ask, sir, need, why not pure? Why not dare pure? Please remember, pure is 2, that is must and that is ought to. These are the pure, single modal. Then semi, what will it do? Need, dare and used to. That means in single, you are finding 5. In pair, you are finding 8. 8 plus 5 equal to 13 numbers of modals are there. Have you understood? That means verb is divided into two parts. You know, auxiliary and main. Auxiliary is divided into two parts, primary and modal. As we are discussing about the modals, modal is also divided into two parts, paired one, single one. Pair in pair parts, you will find 8. How you have to remember? Shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might. 8. Then single is divided into two parts. Number 1 is pure, number 2 is semi. Pure, there are pure in 2, must and ought to, and in semi you will find need, dare, used to. 3 plus 2 5 plus 8 equal to 13. 13 numbers of modals are there. Now the question arises, why do we use modals in sentence? Why do we use modal? What is the work of the modals in the sentence? Please remember, if you are using a modal, that means it primarily used to express what meaning, which meaning it gives. Now modals gives the meaning of necessity. Please remember, necessity, obligation, advice, permission, certainty, possibility, polite request, promise, order, offer, willingness, prediction, threat, compulsion, warning, and plain future. These are, for these reasons, we are using modals. That means modals are primarily used to express the meaning. Which meaning? If we use modals in a sentence, definitely out of these points we will get the original exact point we will get from it, isn't it? So please remember, that means modals are primarily used to express meaning. Which meaning? In some sentence you will get necessity, obligation, advice, permission, certainty, possibility, polite request, like that. But today we will discuss, first we will think about the paired one by one. First we will take, today we will discuss about shall and will only. Shall and will. First we will discuss shall, then we will discuss about, today we will complete shall and will. Later on we will discuss all about that. Okay? Please remember, my dear students, you are making a mistake. Sometimes I am telling that I will go home, that is right. I shall go home, that is right. That means, what does it indicate? What do these sentences indicate? What's its meaning? I shall go home, that is right. Grammatically right modal has been used. But I will go home, modal has been used, that is also right. But where to use shall or will? We are getting confusion. So, please remember, shall. Please remember, shall is used with I or we. Maximum sentences, if you are using I or we in general sense or future plan, then you should use what? Shall. Only I and we. If you are using I and we, I shall go home, I shall go to school, we shall play football, isn't it? So generally we will use shall. But if the question arises in your mind, sir, we have seen many sentences in I will is used will is also used. I will go or we will go. But you are telling I shall go or we shall go. That is the difference. Please remember, will is used with I or you also. Shall can be used and will can be used also. But what is the difference we will get? Please see, shall. Where shall is used with I or we. That means here, please remember, if you are using shall before with I or we, what it means? It means permission, offer, order, promise. Please remember, if you are using shall, okay, with I or we, the meaning, what will be the meaning? Now the meaning may be in order, or meaning may be in permission, or meaning may mean offer or meaning may be in promise. Okay? Shall. So, please see these sentences you understood. If you are using shall before I or we, what will the meaning? Now, it will mean that you are seeking permission or you are offering something or you are ordering or you are keeping promise. Okay? Now, come to this one. That means, I shall take you out on Monday. What is its meaning? I shall take you out on Monday. That means here you are promising. Meaning is that you are promising that I shall take you out on Monday. Okay? Shall I give you a cup of tea? That means here shall is used. But what it means? It means offer. Or it means permission. Clear? Shall we go home now? What is that? It may be permission. That means shall is used with the I or we, but it means permission, offer, order, promise. But if you tell, sir, will is also used with I or we, will also used. Shall will be used and will be used. But what will the meaning? It means certainty or promise. But here you are getting that the meaning will be what? The meaning will be what you are telling. That means permission, shall. But will, if you are using, it means certainty or one kind of promise. That means promise is common. That means here you can know. If in promising way you are using, that means you can both use shall or will. Clear? Or please remember, if other than I or we, I have already told you, I or we ka past, you will use shall. If you leave I or we and you are using they, we, other than I or we, then what will its meaning? Its meaning will be a threat or compulsion. It is compulsory. You are threatening. I, we, leave the I, we, and other, you, he, she, Bakul, Makul, like that. Isn't it? Okay, example, take the example. You shall not use my bicycle again. You shall not use my bicycle again. That means what you are telling it. And shall, I have already told you, shall will use I and we. Other than I and we are using you. So, what it's become meaning? Its meaning you shall not use my bicycle again. That means you are threatening. It is a threat question. You shall write this answer before you go. The teacher is telling, you shall write this answer before you leave the class. That means it is a threatening. That means threatening will come or compulsion. That means you are compulsory to do it. Isn't it? Other than I or we. Okay? And again, please remember, he, she, they, name, any name, Bakul, always carry will. Okay. Here, he will come in time. General sense. You can say it is in general sense. Okay. He will come in time. She will be future prediction. That means it is future plan. Plain future meaning. Okay, she will be 10 next week. Will you do me a favor? Or if you are using will with the I, see it will plain, I will help you as far as I can. Isn't it? That means if you have understood what is modals, what it expresses, pattern of modals, how many types of modals, and the difference between shall and will. I think you will have understand. If you have any doubts, then you can comment in the comment box. Thank you. May God bless you.